Coming to you live inside the DHS Main Gym, it's Varsity Girls Volleyball on the DAF Media Network. This afternoon, the 13-0 Darien Blue Wave will host arch rival New Canaan, who is 10-2 on the season. Hi, everybody. Joined alongside the two-time boys volleyball state champion for the Blue Wave, Griffith Kraus. I'm Braden Shank, and Griffith, it's Darien, New Canaan. Doesn't matter what the records are. It's always a great match.
Exactly, Braden. Today we're looking at two very, very high-powered teams in the FCAC, and we're looking for a very strong matchup today.
So again, these are 1-2 in the FCAC. Darien 13-0, 10-0 in the conference. As for New Canaan, they are 10-2, 8-1 in the conference. That sole conference loss coming to a tough Staples Wreckers team that Darien beat 3-0. And the Blue Wave, they have not dropped a set this season. They are a strong team, a perfect 39-0 in sets in the regular season. Then you throw in some of the preseason tournaments, roughly around 43-0 in sets this season. So a great accomplishment for head coach Lori LaRusso on the Blue Wave, but their job is not done yet, and they got to take care of New Canaan this afternoon. Final subs coming into this one, and both teams are ready for it. The Dig Pink match for Darien this afternoon. A lot of pink in the crowd from both sides, and we're just about ready for some volleyball here on this Wednesday afternoon. And it will be the junior Aubrey Moore to get the first serve.
Now serving Captain Aubrey Moore.
And here we go, Moore with the serve. Nice dig by Jimenez at the net, and it's an ace to start for Moore.
It's a very encouraging start for the Darien offense. Last game, their serving was not where they wanted it to be, so it's very encouraging to see an ace right off the bat.
Aubrey Moore, second on this team in aces, behind Jillian Roach picking up one right there. Once again, the reception to Jimenez. Orski on the outside. The swing by Mulcahy is a kill.
This game's going to be a battle of powers right here. Very strong hitters on both sides. It's going to be an offensive match.
And New Canaan, they are led by their 1-2 punch of Lindsay Mulcahy and Lily Stevens. Mulcahy, number 5, Stevens, number 19, the senior and junior respectively. They both have triple-digit kills on the season. So look out for those two for head coach Kevin Marino's Rams. In the middle, Gillespie, and it's out.
Gillespie caught the bottom of the ball in that attack and just barely slid out of her hands.
Here's Jimenez on the serve. And that one off of Moore. Roach will try to keep it alive. Free ball is not going to be over. New Canaan takes the points. Miscommunication on that one. Darien tried to save themselves, but to no avail. And Jimenez will return the serve. Or retain the serve, rather. Again, reception of Moore at the net. Over to Roach on the outside with the swing. And it's a point for the Rams.
Looked like the New Canaan blockers were tricked on that one, thinking it was going to be coming in for a middle attack, and Joe just comes up and right there surprises him.
Jillian Roach, the Colby volleyball commit, all FCAC first teamer a season ago, having a nice campaign. That time cannot keep it in. And now Jimenez with the serve. Moore with the reception. Now Moore at the net to Gillespie in the middle. She's going to tip it over. And net violation going to be called on the Rams. So the careless errors definitely add up in the long run, but Jillian Roach will now get the serve for the Blue Wave. Miscommunication on that one. Zaorski can't keep it alive, and an ace for Jillian Roach. Olivia Zaorski was trying to keep that alive, the setter. But now Roach will keep the serve, trailing 4-3 early in this first set. And that one right off the hands of Olsenovic, and an ace for Roach.
So far, this game is just serving battles back and forth, and we're looking for a little bit of gameplay here.
Jillian Roach, again, the team leader in kills for Darien. That's her 60th on the season. And she will serve once again now in a tied first set. Again, trouble with the reception. Stevens is going to try to get it to Mulcahy. The roll shot will go.
Very smart play right there. Saw a big block up and just tips it right where the other team isn't.
It was a nice slowdown by Lily Stevens to get it to Mulcahy on the outside, and the roll shot falls in the sea of Blue Wave players. Olsenovic will serve. Once again to Roach. Moore at the net. Over to Gillespie on the outside, and she is turned away, but hits it through the block and gets the point for the Wave. Head coach Kevin Marino is going to have a word with Mulcahy on that one. She went up for the block, and it fell on the Rams' side. Now here is the sophomore Savannah Leone. Jimenez with the reception. Zaorski on the outside looking for Mulcahy with the kill. What a swing and the kill for Lindsay Mulcahy.
Incredible cut right across the court. Nobody was expecting it.
Mulcahy, 164 kills entering play, and she's off to a hot start in this one. Now she will serve. Mulcahy puts it up. Once again, Roach with the dig. Moore at the net. Gillespie's going to try to get it over the sneaky shot. Jimenez now on the outside over the net, and that one will go. Gillespie putting the final touch on it.
14 for 5.
We take another look at it. Black and Gillespie went up, and Gillespie got the tip over, resulting in the Blue Wave point. Leilani Gillespie back to serve. Senior captain for the Wave. Takes a little off it and picks up the ace. And once again, the Rams struggling on serve receive. And that's just a great place shot from Leilani, finding that hole on the left side of your screen and picking up the ace. Jimenez over to Zaorski on the outside. Stevens, her first swing is good. Lily Stevens, kill number 202, the team's leader for him, and she's looking to get hot this afternoon.
Right now in this game, we're just seeing a battle of the offensive powerhouses right here. It's kill after kill after kill. We're not seeing long rallies, and it's just a very high-paced game right now.
Again, Darien entered play, 446 kills, New Canaan 439. So both of these teams have some hitters that can swing, one of which is Moore, and she will pick up the point. That's Ellie Moore with the kill, fourth on the team, but still gets some good swings.
11 for 15.
Gets the touch off the block right there for the kill.
And that is the setter, Zaorski, going up to block it. She can do it all, kills, assists, aces, digs. Senior captain for New Canaan, but now a junior captain for Darien, Ellie Moore. Zaorski at the net, on the outside to Stevens, and through the block, Moore keeps it alive. Off the divider, Roach will keep it alive, and then the free ball sent over from Darien. Zaorski once again over to Stevens, and she's blocked, but it's still alive. Great effort from Jimenez, but Darien wins it.
That's a big, big block right there on the right side, keeping Lily Stevens contained, who is New Canaan's primary hitter.
And that was an unbelievable save by Jimenez to keep the point alive. New Canaan just couldn't return it. But nonetheless, Darien's blockers coming up big once again. And Moore will keep the serve. Zaorski trying to dump it over, the setter's move. Now back to Gillespie. Stevens on the outside. She'll take a little off it and get it to go.
Stevens looked like she's intimidated by the block there, but resulting in a very, very smart play, just tipping it right behind the blockers.
You take another look at it. She saw the blockers, put that float up in the middle of the court and gets it. As now Zaorski puts the serve up. Moore on the outside to Roach with the swing. And a great dig from Gusich. And Zaorski with the free ball over. Here's Shank. Moore. Black with the kill. Marin Black. Kill number 76, and the sophomore continues her hot streak.
Shank serving.
Jimenez off her hands.
Excellent set.
Stevens returning to her position. Back to Roach on the outside, and Jimenez with the dig. Miscommunication, Jimenez will get it over. On the outside to Roach, and she'll get that one. Just keep on swinging, the mentality for Darien, and Jillian Roach eventually gets one to go.
This New Canaan team will not give up on defense. They chase every ball to as much as they can.
So two hard-fought teams, and this is going to be a hard-fought match this afternoon. Shank gets the dig. Roach is going to set up, or it's Moore setting up Moore. That one tipped over. Molsanovic. Violation called on Moore. Double touch is the call. 11-9, Darien leads in this opening set.
Lily Stevens.
Lily Stevens will serve for the first time. Team's leader in aces has a nice strong serve. More at the net. On the outside to Roach, and she picks up the kill.
Roach has a very high and quick attack, so it's hard for the blockers to catch up, and you can see they were just lagging a bit behind right there.
Jillian Roach on the outside has been lethal all season. The .291 hitting percentage entering play, and she is adding to her career kill total, now over 400. Stevens on the outside to Mulcahy. Off of Roach, and it's good. Lindsay Mulcahy with the kill, her third of the afternoon.
That was a strong attack and just a bit too much for Jillian Roach.
Now Lizette Jimenez, the libero, to serve for the Rams. In the middle to Gillespie. She takes a little off it. Jaworski digs it up. On the outside to Mulcahy. And that one is out there. Canaan looking for the touch, and they can't get it. The point stays with the Wave.
Jillian Roach on serve.
Of course, this Darien team known for its honesty, but that time the referee gives the point to Darien. And Roach, the serving error. Error one for Jillian on the season. Error for Darien. But nonetheless, Canaan will take the point. And Olesevich will serve. And it's out, so the teams exchange service errors. Now Prochilo will check in the place of Olsevich.
4 for 10.
Two very out-of-character serves for both teams on both sides. So far, we've seen a very solid serving match.
Prochilo, another senior for this Rams team, playing in her 32nd set of the season. As now Savannah Leone will serve. Jimenez one-handed keeps that alive. Jaworski's going to go to Mulcahy on the outside through the block. Black turns him away. Canaan gets a restart. Jaworski sends the free ball over. Gillespie with the kill.
It's a fantastic set by junior setter Aubrey Moore. Perfect rotation back to the right side and for the kill from Gillespie.
Leilani Gillespie picking up another one on the outside. Darien extends their lead as Savannah Leone will serve again. Had some heroics against Greenwich last week. A couple straight aces, 3 to be exact against the Cardinals. Served an ace to win that match for Darien, and she serves one right on cue. And head coach Kevin Marino is going to come out and take his first time out in this one. Darien leads New Canaan 16-11. You're watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. We'll step aside and be right back.
DAF Media is actively seeking financial support. Founded in 2017, DAF Media has quickly become Southwestern Connecticut's source for quality sports, arts, and community programming. If you like what you see on the DAF Media Network and want to help us continue to deliver high-quality broadcasts while teaching lifelong STEM, communication, organization, and leadership skills, please email us at sponsor@dafmedia.org. We are a registered 501c3 organization.
Back on the DAF Media Network. Leone with the serve, and that one is out, so head coach Kevin Marino icing the server, and it works to perfection. The Rams will take back over on the serve. Braden Shank and Griffith Krause with you. So glad you could be with us here on this Wednesday afternoon inside the Darien High School main gym. Lindsay Mulcahy with the serve. Moore on the inside, or on the middle to Brooke Black, and she is stopped the four-touch. Four hits on called against the Blue Wave. Darien thought they kept it alive, but the referee says otherwise. As now Mulcahy will serve again. He's played in every set this season for the Rams. And a rare serving error. Griffith, what have you been noticing as of late that has really resulted in all these service errors from both sides?
I don't know. I think these servers just are going way too fast for their abilities there. They should really be taking their time, calming down. There's no pressure for the timing of that serve, so I think they should use every second to the fullest.
Here's Gillespie off to Jimenez, and the free ball will get over. More now. In the middle to Black, and through the block, it's good. Marin Black with the kill. And my favorite stat I like to bring up with Black, leads Darien in hitting percentage at .516 entering play, and she is just a sophomore. Gillespie with the serve. And Stevens will send the free ball over. Catches Buchanan out of transition. Moore will tip that one over. Here's Stevens on the outside, a strong swing, and through the hands of Gillespie.
Lily Stevens, 15 for 11. Radman enters the game.
Radman's going to check in for the Rams in the place of Verteen. And now Sophia Radman will serve the senior. And so far, head coach Kevin Marino has really used every player on his bench, it feels like. With the exception of an out player or two. He's really digging into all the players he's got in his depth. On the outside, Moore with the swing. And the kill.
That free ball feeded to Darien by Buchanan. You just really have to capitalize on those. There's nothing easier than intercepting that and putting that into a kill.
15 and Verteen in the game.
Verteen's going to check back in, but a great swing from Ellie Moore on the outside. And now the captain will serve. She had 8 kills against the Rams last year, off to a hot start in this one. Zayorski on the outside to Stevens. And that one is blocked away. Great job by Black and Moore on the outside.
That set appeared to be a little bit low, so 19 was forced to sidearm it and unfortunately didn't quite get over the net.
My apologies. Doesn't appear to be a block. Just hit that one into the net. Still a good effort from Black to put the blocking attempt up on it. This one up in the air. Zayorski's going to keep it alive. Free ball sent over from Borchillo. At the net and the kill. Marin Black getting the job done.
Adding a little bit to the top of that hitting percentage stat right there.
And head coach Kevin Marino will take the timeout. Griffith, how important is that, having your 1-2 punch, Jillian Roach, Leilani Gillespie, but then having that hitter and Marin Black in the middle, doing just as good of a job?
Oh, it's so important. You can't function a team on just 2 players. Having such a well-rounded team, having threats on every position, that's what makes a team good.
And that's a big difference between these two teams. Like I said, Roach and Gillespie, the 1-2 punch for Darien, Mulcahy and Stevens, the 1-2 for New Canaan. But you look at that third place in kills. Darien has Marin Black now at 80, and for New Canaan, they're third place in kills. I'm not even sure if they have a third place. So it's really just been those two, and actually just found an Olsenovich who's only at about 20 kills or so this season. So they are just riding 2 players. Darien has more versatility. They've been using it all season. Plus you throw in Ellie Moore, Aubrey Moore, and just a whole other cast of crew on it. And it really shows you how good this Darien team has been this season. 13-0, has not dropped a set since last year's state semifinals. Plus, then you throw the good coaching on of Lori LaRusso. You can't forget about that. Nonetheless, here's Ellie Moore for the serve. Darien up by 7 in this opening set. Zayorski on the outside to Stevens. Through the block. Nice dig from Moore. Moore on the outside. Roach will get it over. Canaan will come back in transition. Stevens! Turned away by Gillespie.
Oh.
And that one is out. It would have been a nice play if that stayed in. Like Lonnie Gillespie knocking it off the serve, or off the kill, or off the swing from Stevens.
It was a great touch by Gillespie, but just couldn't quite get a hold of it.
Now serving, Zayorski.
Now Zayorski to serve. Line drive, Shank with the reception at the net. Moore keeps it alive, and Roach can't. Not the best set on that one, and Buchanan will pick up the points.
Pass just a bit tight there. Aubrey trying to stay out of the net while making the ball still playable.
Here's Zayorski. Standing serve on it. Moore at the net. Over to Black, and she is turned away. The Canaan team that knows how to block and does it well. This time through the block, and it's good.
Jillian Roach.
Jillian Roach with the kill on that one.
Ayla Shank.
Now Shank will go back to serve. And that one is in the net. A rare serving error from Ayla. Usually has been all season, one of the team leaders for serving percentage, and an error on that one gives the ball right back to the Rams.
Stevens serve.
Stevens kept alive by Shank, and Roach with the free ball. That one once again kept alive by Shank at the net. More free ball, and that one will get over. So Shank on the third attempt gets it to fall. What a play by the Wave. I didn't think she was going to make that first save, in all honesty. Stevens with the great shot just sticks the hand out and gets it to go.
Appears Ayla took her misserve personally and decided to right that wrong right there.
Zaorski in the middle of Stevens. She'll just tip it over. More now. Over to Gillespie. Punches it. And the referee is going to call the Rams. Looks like they're going to say Mulcahy was in the nets. And Darien now has set point in this first set. And that one knocked over by Zaorski. The referee's taking it back. The carry called, and Darien will take the opening set 25-17 over New Canaan. Griffith, what'd you see in the first set?
I saw a really offensive battle right there. Both teams, heavy hitters, just swinging away at each other. The defense sometimes getting broken by those hits, but overall, a very high-spirited game right there.
So Darien, they lead 1-0, taking the first set 25-17. You're watching the DAF Media Network. Our production crew this afternoon, all student volunteers, doing a great job bringing the sights and sounds in this one. Connor Fagan, Michael McCormack, my apologies, Leon Chen, and up top, Jamie DeMark. We're going to take a short break and be right back.
This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut.
Back here on the DAF Media Network, joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation.
New Canaan's Lily Stevens starting to set off with a serve. Looks like that'll just be hit right into the net.
Thank you for that, Griffith. Once again, we apologize for the small technical issue we had on our scoreboard. Seems to be okay. First point goes to the Rams. Again, that's Cooper Kelly doing a great job on our graphics this afternoon. I think I missed him at the end of the first set. That time, a sneaky move from the setter. Left-handed swing of Olsenovic. Can't get it to go, though. Just joining us, Braden Shank and Griffith Krause with you here on the DAF Media Network. So glad you could be with us, wherever you may be. On the outside, Mulcahy with the kill. And you can't draw it up any better than that. Mulcahy, the textbook swing, splits the Darien players on that one. Again, 164 kills entering play. Reception to Moore at the net. Moore now in the middle to Gillespie. She'll punch it over and get it.
Starting off the second set with some very clever gameplay from both sides. We had that one kill, but we were having tips and rolls and all sorts of other fun stuff.
Like I said, in a battle like this between the first and second place teams in the FCAC, you need to pull all the tricks out of the book on that one. Jimenez will keep it alive. Zayorski with the free ball. She gets it. Moore on the outside. Gillespie. Strong swing. Mulcahy gets it. Lindsay Mulcahy again firing away for the Rams. You take another look at it. Zayorski, the set to Mulcahy on the outside. And now here is Olsenovic. Olsenovic, my apologies. Off Shank off the basketball hoop. And too many hits for Darien.
Very good effort by Darien getting all three of those hits in. Just couldn't quite sneak it over the net on the return.
Olsenovic once again on the serve. Roach with the reception. Moore. This one. Gillespie gets it over. Avoids the antenna. And now Mulcahy. They're looking for the touch, and they don't get it. We're going to take another look at it. It looked like it might have skimmed Gillespie's fingertips, but the referee right there does not say so. Procillo is going to check back in for the Rams, and the Blue Wave gets the points. Procillo, my apologies. Now here is Savannah Leone, sophomore for the Wave. Stevens off of Gillespie. Black sets up Moore, and that one's over. Mulcahy now the dunk. And it's in. They're gonna give it to, the referee was debating on it. Signaled Darien at first, but gives it to Mulcahy and the Rams. And the referee wasn't exactly sure on that one. Checked his line judge, saw that she called it in. And now Mulcahy will keep the serve. Black. And that one's out. And they're going to call it off a net violation on New Canaan.
Net violation point, Darien.
And the net violation, I think, is going to be on someone for the Rams. So Darien picks up the point despite the out-of-bounds hit from Black. Maybe Zayorski is who they were calling. And so Gillespie serves it out, but the referee's going to give her a second try as he was not quite ready.
Yeah, she believes she heard that starting whistle for the serve, but misheard right there. So she'll get a special second chance.
Especially on something like that when you serve it out, getting a second chance, and this one is in. Zayorski keeps it alive. Jimenez gets it over. Black now. Dig from Jimenez. Stevens cross court. Here's Roach from the back row, and it's just long. Jillian Roach can't take it off and results in the out-of-bounds hit. Both teams bringing some good fans to this one. This place is packed here on a Wednesday afternoon. Nice student section from the Wave. Canaan's got some students making the trip. Moore through the block, and it's good. Ellie Moore picking up the kill.
That swing had so much power on it. Put up a solid heavy block and just snuck right through it, putting them between the block and the net.
The twin connection works to perfection. Aubrey with the assist, Ellie with the kill. Now here's Ellie Moore on the serve. And that one is out, so the service error on Darien once again going to hurt them.
Oh, that's a vital serving point right there. Trying to close the gap of 2 points from the Wave and the Rams, but just couldn't quite get it in.
Volsenovic now the serve. That's actually Zaorski, my apologies, with the serve. Moore to Black. Again, it's good. Marin Black once again staying on fire in this one. She's not been able to be stopped all season. Zaorski tips this one. Safety move from the setter. Now here's Roach on the retaliation, and she gets it.
That free ball given to Darien is a mistake right there. If you get a good set in after that, that's a kill for sure.
And especially when you got a player like Jillian Roach, you know she's coming up firing. Shank with the serve, miscommunication, and the ace. Shank, the 22nd ace on her season.
That ace at a critical point, bringing Darien back in the lead of the set.
They've been trailing since the first point in the second set. Gets their first lead in the set. Another line drive serve. Zaorski looking to keep it alive. She does. Stevens gets it over. Dig by Moore. Moore now to Roach. And off the touch, they give it to the Wave. It's actually, they're calling it in. Timeout will be taken by head coach Kevin Marino. And Griffith, if you're head coach Marino, what are you telling the girls right now, especially after giving up those crucial points?
I'm telling them to get back right into that proper headspace. All set, they were leading, and right now they're just down by 2, and it's really affecting them. I think that they just need to remember who they are, what they can play, and get back into their own game.
Sixth-year head coach Kevin Marino is going to talk it over with his squad. Darien leads 9-7 in this second set. You're watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. We'll be right back. Back on the DAF Media Network, Shank with the serve to get us resumed, and it's an ace. Ayla Shank coming out of the timeout, picking up the ace, make it 2 straight. She is such a precise server, once again showing why right there.
She took off of that timeout like nothing, would not let the ice get to her.
Shank, she served 4 straight against St. Joseph to come back late in the first set. Darien had a stare going down 23, I think to 21 to the Cadets, but fought all the way back, winning 26-24 thanks to the serving from Shank. Stevens gets it over. Gillespie one-handed returns it. And this one, the left-handed swing, dig by Shank. Roach now, safety shot, gets it over. On the outside, Roach in transition through the tip. Jimenez keeps it alive. Free ball from Zaorski. Can Darien do anything with it? Moore on the outside to Roach. Jimenez. Zaorski keeps it alive, and so does Steinberg. In the middle, Leone. It's good. Savannah Leone, the sophomore, ending the point. What a rally. Neither team wanted to give up.
From a player's perspective, winning that rally is such a big deal. You're putting in your all, and it's kind of crushing to lose that, and gives you the fire that you need when you win that.
Shank once again with the serve. Darien on a scoring run. Last 5 have gone to the Wave and make it 6. So once again, Schenk going on another one of her magical serving runs. Darien now has himself a 5-point lead. And it's another ace for Schenk. Again, as we talked about on our last one of the most precise servers for Darien. Her 3rd ace on this one, now up to 25 on the season. And she is just going to keep on serving. Jimenez keeps it alive on the outside to Stevens, looking to get the point for the Rams. Schenk with the dig. More now, and that one's long.
Yeah, that 6-point lead by Darien can dwindle fast. This is a game of tides, and once you get in a roll, you can come back. Last week, Darien against St. Joe's, down at a certain point by 12 and came back to win that set, so we really have to watch out for anything right here.
And that's one that they went down by 12. Head coach Lori LaRusso talked to the squad, and they only allowed 12 points from the cadets in the 2nd and 3rd sets combined.
Setter Aubrey Moore with the block right there, facing off against New Canaan's middle.
What a block. She did that against St. Joseph, had one. And once again, Moore picks it up. Now Aubrey Moore to serve. She had her 1,000th career assist last Wednesday against Greenwich. A big accomplishment for Aubrey, and she once again has been stellar this season for the Wave. Mulcahy turned away. Leon and Gillespie with the block. And they're going to give it to Savannah Leon.
Oh yeah, entirely. That was a solo block by Leon right there. The sophomore coming in for a massive statement.
You have one of the best hitters in the state, Lily Stevens, stepping up to the plate, and Savannah Leon goes toe-to-toe with her, turning it away for the Blue Wave point. Doesn't get much better than that. And Mulcahy looking to keep it alive. Jimenez, not enough on it.
Good effort by the Rams, just couldn't get that back over. Always important to get those 3 touches in.
Lizetta Jimenez looking to keep it alive, didn't quite have the range on it. And now the serve stays with Aubrey Moore. Once again, a Jimenez and the ace for the Wave. Timeout taken by head coach Kevin Marino. And Darien has just surged as of late in this 2nd set. They were down 7-6, fought all the way back, went up 11-8. And now they continue the scoring run as they lead 17-8 over New Canaan here in this 2nd set. We're going to step aside and be right back on the DAF Media Network.
DAF Media is actively seeking financial support. Founded in 2017, DAF Media has quickly become Southwestern Connecticut's source for quality sports, arts, and community programming. If you like what you see on the DAF Media Network and want to help us continue to deliver high-quality broadcasts while teaching lifelong STEM, communication, organization, and leadership skills, please email us at sponsor@dafmedia.org. We are a registered 501c3 organization.
Back on the DAF Media Network. Zaorski to Stevens on the back row. Here's Roach now. Zaorski's going to try it to Mulcahy now. And it gets over. Just trickling over for Lindsay Mulcahy.
Couldn't tell if that was a skilled or lucky shot right there. Pretty sure she missed the ball a little bit, but it turns out for the kill.
Lizette Jimenez now. Schenk can't keep that one alive, and the ace for Jimenez. She is 2nd on this team in aces behind Stevens, and she's climbing up that leaderboard as she picks up her 32nd now on the season. Gillespie now, off of Zaorski. Stevens to Mulcahy. And violation called, double touch on Stevens. And the referee's going to explain it. And Canaan's going to try to plead their case. Waiting the call, and point is going to stay with Darien, Lily Stevens was trying to plead that I guess she touched it with one hand and got called for the double. Head coach Kevin Marino's going to let it go, and Jillian Roach will now serve. And it's an ace, so Stevens still shook up from that one. Watches it as it falls to her left for the ace, and definitely some miscommunication on the Rams.
Darien's lead extends to 9. New Canaan has a little bit of work cut out for them if they want to bring the set back.
And most importantly, they got to get that last play out of their head. And that went off of Mulcahy, so once again serving between Stevens and Mulcahy, and Darien is going to keep on rolling. Griffith, how important is that to have a call not go against you, essentially, a call you might not agree with, but how important is it to move on from it?
Oh, you need to forget that right away. If you let that stick in with you, it's going to stick with you for the entire game. It's going to affect your level of play and your decision-making skills.
Roach, now Olsenovic at the net, and Gillespie with the kill, and New Canaan definitely has some miscommunication on their side as Darien just keeps on rolling. Again, this was a set that New Canaan led 8-7, maybe even 7-6, my apologies, New Canaan led. And Darien has just run away with it since that point. They hit that point of acceleration and has not looked back. Zayorski, and that one is in the net as that was Verteen looking to get it over.
If you can remember that rally earlier in the set, it went on for about 4 minutes, just going back and forth, and Darien eventually came away with it. I think that was the turning point. Gave the fuel Darien needed and kind of took the energy out of New Canaan.
Roach once again with the serve. Olsenovic to Zayorski. Stevens now looking to get it, and she hits it into the net. It's a rare error from Lily. Hitting .309 on the season, and Darien just continuing to run away with this set. They might finish with a 19-3 scoring run in this second set if they can close it out. 23-10, the Wave leads. Head coach Kevin Marino has used both of his timeouts, so the Rams need to finish it out. Mulcahy now. Nice dig by Roach. Moore on the outside. Moore once again. Here's Mulcahy looking for the Rams and gets it. And the New Canaan bench is still fired up after the kill from their senior captain.
Even with the gap in that score, it's so important to have your bench right there with you. If you have no energy, you've essentially lost the game already.
It's so interesting because Darien's bench doesn't bring the most energy, but they still play in it every point, fight to the end as Shank now gets it back to Moore. Zayorski, the set to Mulcahy with the tip. Kept alive, Leon out to Gillespie. She's going to send the free ball over. New Canaan looking for something on their end now. Mulcahy into the net.
Yeah, as you were earlier, Darien not bringing much energy on the sidelines. So they're treating this game like a business, and right now business is good.
It is indeed, especially when you've been playing this well.
Serving point.
As and now Savannah Leon to serve, looking to finish it out for the Wave. Off Stevens, Zayorski now. Stevens with the roll shot. Here's Roach from the back row, and it is in. Darien capping off a wonderful second set, 25-11. And Griffith, you mentioned that point of acceleration for Darien. They won that long rally. But what happened in New Canaan? How did they fall apart like that late in the second set?
Teams like this are very, very prone to get in their own heads. Once you get an idea in your head that you've somehow lost the set already, you kind of give up. You really need to avoid that if you want to fight a chance of bringing this back.
And then they might have that mindset, and then you get that bowl called against Stevens, the double touch that she claims to only hit it with one hand, and then at that point, New Canaan was just out of the set. Darien capping off a wonderful scoring run. Again, a set that they were down 7-6 and scored 19 to New Canaan's 3 or 4 on that one. So a great job by head coach Loyola Russo and the Wave. They lead 2-0. They're going to look to cap it off when we return on the DAF Media Network, the joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. We'll be right back.
This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut. DAF Media is actively seeking financial support. Founded in 2017, DAF Media has quickly become Southwestern Connecticut's source for quality sports, arts, and community programming. If you like what you see on the DAF Media Network and want to help us continue to deliver high-quality broadcasts while teaching lifelong STEM, communication, organization, and leadership skills, please email us at sponsor@dafmedia.org. We are a registered 501c3 organization.
We're back on the DAF Media Network inside the Darien High School main gym. Darien and New Canaan varsity girls volleyball for you on this Wednesday afternoon. And as you can see by the camera shaking, this New Canaan side is hungry for something. They trail 2-0 to the Wave. Here's Mulcahy looking to start the fight. Dug out by Shank. Moore, free ball sent over by Moore. Here's Zaorski on the outside to Mulcahy. And the block, not good by that one, but you mentioned earlier, Griffith, the intimidation of the block from Darien, something they've been putting up all game. Savannah Leone picking up some big ones. And what's the other side to that, knowing that they're going to come up firing on the block?
I think you got to keep swinging. If you get blocked, good for you. But, I mean, you're not going to score on rolls and tips.
And that one is no good. They're going to call the lift on, or carry on Aubrey Moore.
Yeah, New Canaan, not a team used to being behind, so I'm very interested to see how they're going to come out of this game, come out of the set. And so far, they're coming out swinging.
A New Canaan team that enters play with a 7-match winning streak. You have to go all the way back to September 27th for their last loss. And that was to the Staples Wreckers in 5 sets. And their other loss coming against Joel Barlow in an out-of-conference matchup. And Joel Barlow's looking pretty solid this year, as they always do, on the boys and girls side. Here's Jillian Roach on the serve. Zaorski to Mulcahy on the outside, and the referee's going to give it to Darien. Calling the Rams on the violation. You're just joining us, Braden Shank and Griffith Krause with you. So glad you could be with us here on the DAF Media Network. Mulcahy off the block. Gets it to go.
As I said, the New Canaan offense just has to keep swinging and swinging hard so they can get past that block.
Mulcahy, 450-plus attempts on the season, and she's only made 53 errors on the attack. So she is off to a hot start this season, and 164 kills was her total entering play. Moore on the outside to Gillespie. Zaorski. And Stevens will just send the free ball over. Here's Gillespie. And no touch will be called. Point to the Rams.
Those free balls given by New Canaan to Darien, you really have to capitalize on those. Those are the one things you can control in the game, and you gotta force those into a kill.
Serve sent up by Olsenovic. Here's Moore back in transition. Jimenez with the dig. Mulcahy. Turned away. Darien's going to set up the offense. Gillespie tips it over and gets it. Leilani had 11 kills against the Cadets on Monday, and she is having a fantastic night for Darien.
It's a tight set by Moore, but Leilani makes the most of it, tipping it right past the blockers.
Now here's Savannah Leone on the serve. Off of Stevens, and the ace is good. Leone adding to her ace total. Entered play third on Darien in aces, and she has picked up at least her third of the afternoon.
This set especially, you're going to have to minimize on serving errors, keep those balls in.
Here's Leone. And that one, oh, you got to make that catch,
I got to make that catch.
An ace for Darien. I mean, at least thought you'd get out of the chair for it. And
you know, I was thinking about diving for it, but I wasn't really feeling it today.
You got to show that same dedication you show out on the court here in the booth.
Absolutely.
Here's Savannah Leone with the serve. It's okay, we all get a mulligan sometimes. And another ace for Leone. She hasn't needed her mulligan as she has been stellar for Darien, adding ace after ace back-to-back on that one. Again, she had 3 straight against Greenwich, looking for her 3rd straight on this serve. That one's Stevens. Zaorski at the net. Stevens from the back row, the strong swing, and it's out.
Leone returning to the serving line. Keeping these in is so important for Darien to keep this flame.
And Leone has just been so vital on this service line for Darien all season, and especially as of late. Dig for Moore. Leone to Ellie Moore. Cross court, and it's in. Clear as day. New Canaan, they're going to look at each other, see who had that coverage. But Darien is going to continue on the streak. And so far, a similar score to that first set. Darien hits that point of acceleration and tries not to look back, and they're off to a hot start here in this 3rd set. On the outside, and they're going to give it to Darien, call it out. What's interesting is the line judge on the left side of your screen, right down the line, calls it out, but the line judge on the Darien side called it in. So the head referee had to make a call and gives it in favor of the wave. Zaorski to Stevens in the back row, takes a little off it and gets it. A big point for New Canaan, and they get Leone off the service line.
Looked like the defense there backed up, expecting a very long shot like last time, but Stevens catches them off guard with the short.
Here's Mulcahy, and the service error from her. Not able to get in a groove really this afternoon as Darien continues to pour on the points.
Gustich in the game.
Gustich will check in.
Gillespie serving.
And I believe New Canaan has now officially used every player active for today. Actually, everyone except for Jan, my apologies. And that one's a kill.
That kill might be the most impressive one we've seen all night. About 11 feet off the net, crazy straight down.
Sophia Radman.
Radman's going to check back in, and New Canaan still has some life in them. And that one, a service error from Radman.
It was an important point for New Canaan to get back into the groove, but as we know, 5 points, not a lot in this game. They have still a lot of time to get back in this.
Moore will keep with the serve. Darien looking to add to their lead as they lead 2-0. Zaorski on the outside to Stevens. She takes a little off it, and Roach going up to try to catch it to no avail. Olsenovic will check back in.
10-4. Olesnovich in the game.
Zaorski to Moore. Moore to Black, and takes a little off, it gets it. Here's Stevens now. Turned away by the netting. Stevens again. Kept up by Roach. Moore now, it's good. Ellie Moore with the kill.
Shank serving.
Now Ayla Shank will serve.
A pivotal server for Darien, as always. We'll see what she can put up right now.
Especially with that 5-point lead. And that one off the basketball hoop. Stevens will recover it. And Olsenovic gets it over. Good recovery from the Rams. Now Darien on the retaliation. Leone!
Oh.
It's out.
It's barely out. Maybe a bit under that ball, hitting it up instead of the preferred down as she would want.
Lily Stevens serving.
Stevens will be back to serve. New Canaan looking for some life in them to get them back in this set. Trailing 12-8, and not much on that serve as barely gets to the net. You think that's a sign of fatigue maybe here in this third set?
Yeah, it might have been an attempt to get it barely over the net to catch the defense off guard again, but couldn't quite get there. Just not enough power in it.
Normally on those service errors, you see a strong serve and it just hits off the taping, but that one, like I said, barely got to the net. As Mulcahy now dig for more. Roach knocks it over. Stevens on the outside to Mulcahy. And that's in. Lindsay Mulcahy not done yet. And she keeps on adding to her total.
Tipped off the fingers of the blockers and just sneaks right in between the seam of the defenders for that well-placed kill.
Jimenez sends it up. Roach now turned away. Darien recovery. Gillespie with the strong swing. And it's in. Buchanan was looking for it out. The line judge very firmly calling it in. And the point goes to the Wave.
Jillian Roach serving.
Rick is one of the best in the business on the lines and did a great job on that left side of the screen, giving that one to Darien. Zaorski to Mulcahy, and she's into the net with it.
Darien expanding their lead to 6, narrowly keeping this exact lead throughout this game.
And New Canaan, like I said, they need to watch this. They can't let it get out of hand because Darien will take off and not look back. That one returning off the arms of Olsenovic, and now Gillespie through the block.
This game right now is like a dance. You're going 1 step forward, 2 steps back for New Canaan. They just need to get on top of this.
And Darien's gonna keep the serve here. Jillian Roach, senior captain. And that one off the hands, and Wolf comes back, but the ace from Roach, just a strong serve from Jillian Roach off the hands of Mulcahy. And New Canaan will take their first time out of this third set, up 17-9. And what do you think's going through the New Canaan heads right now?
I think this looks a lot like the second set. They started off very strong, but they're letting Darien get in their heads. They have to force them back out and get on top of their own game.
And this is a Darien team that it doesn't seem to matter who they've played this season, but they have just rolled past opponents left and right. They played Greenwich last week 3-0. The number 2 team in the FCAC, they're up 2-0 and leading big. And it shows you the skill this Darien team has. I don't want to jinx anything, but if they win this set, they would move to 42-0 in sets on the season, in the regular season. And then you throw on all the preseason tournaments they won. So one of the strongest teams that head coach Lori LaRusso has ever coached in her 41 years with Darien. And it really helps Griffith when you only lose 1 senior to graduation last year, and a team that wins 21 matches and then graduates 1 senior. You know they're coming back just as strong, if not stronger, from a year ago.
One player does not make a team. That's the important part. You need a strong, well-rounded team all around.
Hahn was a great player for Darien. Schenk has done a great job filling her shoes. And the other 5 returned for Darien. Stevens from the back row. And that's going to hit the ground. Schenk not able to keep it alive.
She looked about half an inch away from getting under that ball, but it was interesting. It looked like it got up, but it just wasn't.
She knew the second that That one at the ground, she couldn't quite get it. As now that's an ace off of Shank. Only Canaan's few aces on the afternoon. But now they're looking to get into a groove here.
The energy from New Canaan is just so interesting. Still behind by 6, and they're bringing it back like they're up by 10.
Senovich with the serve. Once again to Shank. Moore. To Moore. Turned away. That's Verteen with the block. She leads New Canaan in blocks, and she is just a freshman for head coach Kevin Moreno, her 34th on the season. That helps when you have the height of Anna Verteen. Now Senovich with the serve. Shank, nice pass. Now here's Moore on the outside. Stevens keeps it alive. Zayorski to Mulcahy. Into the net, point Darien.
Leon serving.
Now Procillo is going to check. Procillo is going to check in for the Rams. And Savannah Leon with the serve. Darien up 18-12 in this third set. And that's an ace for Leon. Savannah's been having a really nice night for Darien. Just has been untouched on that service line, it feels like. We don't have the official stats in front of us, but that's at least her 4th or 5th ace on the afternoon, on the night. Leon once again takes a little off it. That one. Again, coming to our table, Griffith. Disappointment.
I know.
You got to make an effort on that, man. But nonetheless, another ace for Leon. Can she get her 3rd straight now? The 2nd time she's had a little ace run like this. Trouble for the Rams. Zayorski gets it over, does not fool Moore.
That's a free ball right there.
Gillespie turned away. And a great job, but Moore can't keep that alive. And a block from Mulcahy on the outside. Now Lindsay Mulcahy, after her block, will serve. On the outside to Gillespie. And that one is out.
So she just missed the ball underneath it, gets the top half of her hand on it, just couldn't get the rest there and bats it outside.
Here's Lindsay Mulcahy back to serve. Once again a Roach. Moore now on the outside to Moore. Cross court, dug out by Procillo. And Gillespie can't keep it alive. 3 in a row for the Rams.
Gillespie gets a hand on it there, but just is not enough. Goes straight down to the floor.
Take another look at it. Some havoc on the Blue Wave side of the ball. Now Mulcahy will serve once again. Deficit cut down to 5. Moore with the reception. Moore at the net to set to Gillespie. Strong swing. And it's in.
This right here is the moment for New Canaan. They need to decide with themselves if they want to win this set. They put their mind to it. They're in the position to do it.
Now the 3-sport athlete, Ellie Gustich, will check back in. Volleyball, lacrosse, and basketball for New Canaan. Not every day you see that combination, but Ellie Gustich gets the job done. Now back on the court for head coach Kevin Marino and the Rams. An ace for Gillespie. And that has been a big struggle for New Canaan. Those serve receptions, getting the ball back over. A lot of aces for Darien this afternoon, and it's really helped them to this 2-0 lead and potentially a victory on the night. Up in the air, Zayorski to Stevens, and that one is
couldn't quite tell if there was a block on that.
It looked like Black might have gotten a fingertip on it. Take another look at it. And nope, the netting, or the top is taping on the net. It gets. Now Darien just 2 points away. Gillespie. Zayorski. Stevens. And that one is in.
So it's like fans not happy about the call, but when the line calls it, you got to believe them.
And the line judge calls it in. Darien's going to forget about it, move on. It looked like that ball might have been out, but the line judge right there calls it in. Again, Darien supplies the line judges. So the referee making that call against the Wave. Black still up in the air, and that one goes for the Rams. All right, New Canaan's got some late life in them here. They're not done yet.
Throughout all 3 sets, New Canaan has maintained this energy they brought into the gym with them. It's very impressive to see.
Radman puts the serve up. Shank with the reception. And they're going to call that on Moore. Double touch.
Darien needs to ignore this run New Canaan's going on. Just shut down this game right away.
Moore to Black in the middle. Knocked up in the air. Moore again. That one tipped over from Steinberg. Here's Gillespie, roll shot. Stevens on the outside, she gets it.
Right there, a very smart shot. She sees the block hungry from contact, and she just puts it right over. They're not expecting it.
And head coach Lori LaRusso is going to take her timeout on that one. We mentioned having to move past the previous plays. That call going against the Wave, a ball they thought was out, called in, and they lost the next 4, 23-19. What do you think head coach Lori LaRusso is telling her team?
Coach is telling them exactly what I would tell them. You got to get out of your heads right now. You're 2 away from winning this game. Just get there and be done with it.
Again, Darien, they just need 2 more points as New Canaan has surged back in this 3rd set. They went down by a lot, and it's a matter of did they go down by too much early in this set. And this New Canaan's fan base and bench is once again going to get rowdy.
Yeah, Darien right now, they look sullen. They look like they've lost this, but that's what New Canaan's been doing well. They, no matter how much they're down by, they keep the energy in the game.
Sophia Radman to serve, the senior, 2nd-year varsity player. Shank with the reception at the net. Moore tips it over. Stevens now, and it's long. Sets up match point for the Wave and works right to perfection after the timeout from Lori LaRusso.
Game point, Ellie Moore serving, 11 for 15.
Martine checks back in.
Ellie Moore looking to end this game right now.
Nice serve there.
And she does.
An ace to end it. They ended on the ace against Greenwich, and Darien takes the final set by the final score of 25-19. And they now extend their record to 14-0 on the season, 11-0 in the conference. Griffith, what are your final takeaways in this one?
It looks like that New Canaan just let the intensity of Darien's serves get to him. They really got burned on serve receive, and both teams incredibly talented on offense on both sides. The defense equally as talented, but they just let the serves get right to them.
And Darien now a perfect 42-0 on sets this season. They enter the final home stretch of their season. They go to Richfield later this week before next week hosting Stanford, hosting with Wilton, and heading at Fairfield Ward. So some tough games still on the schedule for Darien, but they've clinched their spot in the FCAC playoffs, looking to keep the perfect season alive. And Griffith, what do you think New Canaan needs to change heading into a tough Trumbull team on Friday?
I think that if they get behind, they need to keep this energy like they did to Darien. They cannot get in their own heads. Once you tell yourself that you've lost this game, you are going to lose that game. It's a mental game, and you need to stay in your own head.
So once again, Darien, your victors in this one by the final score of 3-0 over the New Canaan Rams. I'm going to give one final shout out to our DAF Media production crew doing a great job bringing the sights and sounds in this one. Michael McCormick, Cooper Kelly, Leon Chen, Jamie DeMark, our director, Connor Fagan getting pinch hit for by Damian Andrew right now. Once again, Darien beats New Canaan 3-0. Griffith, thank you for coming on the broadcast. Appreciate you bringing your insight. Again, a 2-time state champion for the Darien Blue Wave boys team. We appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely.
For all of them, our advisor, Damian Andrew, saying so long from Darien High School. I've been Braden Shank, and this has been a production of the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Have a nice night, everybody.